to meet as many new people as you can. So, good luck. Yeah.
In this nitty-gritty city that's not too big or too small, where the ocean meets the mountain, not far away from the mall, who lives in this town? And where do they live? In a well-kept condo or under a bridge? In an apartment that has rent far too high, or out in the open under starry skies?
In came Snortimus Pig. He read the sign, room for rent. Tumbled inside and up he went. The neighbors all gathered around to spy, as the pig scanned the place with a critical eye. They asked him politely if the rooms were all right. Perhaps he would like to stay for the night.
Are the rooms nice?
Yes, they'll suffice.
Will the kitchen do?
It's far too clean, but okay.
Do you like the hall?
It's fine, that's all.
So come live with us, Snortimus.
Hell no, I must complain. The neighbors are not to my taste, I'm afraid. There's been a huge error. A mistake has been made. Me in the same room with a black cat? A white thoroughbred pig cannot live next to that.
Get out of here, pig. Scoot, run along. You're the mistake. You're the one who's all wrong.
Hi, my name's Scotty. I'm with the Rock Bottom Theater Group from Nativity House. We perform the In Our Backyard play all over town. I play the Dove, and I'd just like to say that I'm really grateful to join this group to raise awareness to the homeless in the city of Tacoma. And I'm homeless myself, and I've been homeless for about nearly 30 years. And I'm dying, and I'm on disability, making $750 a month, and that's not enough to live on. Rent's too high. You know, the cost of living is just too high. I don't know what the homeless here, like myself, I don't know what we're going to do, but we're trying to do what we can to help the homeless. And I really enjoyed being part of this. I hope we can make a change in the city of Tacoma. Thank you. I love you all. Good luck.
Round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. What will be my fate? At least my son thinks I'm great.
My experience with homelessness did not begin until my early 40s. The choices that I was making hindered my ability to get permanent housing and employment. I would work and then get fired for my drug use. Eventually, I ended up on the streets.
My name is Jan. And some years ago, I suffered a series of misfortunes due to a tragic car accident. My fiancé lost his life, and I was in a coma for 5 weeks and am still recovering from my injuries. I can no longer work, and I'm on a fixed income. I'm lucky to be alive, but I miss my home of 29 years.
I've been labeled, loved, hated. I've created a future of hope for the lost from which I once came.
There's just so much negative conversation and people just don't realize how easy it is to become homeless. And I think once they hear more conversation from people who have life experiences in real situations, that it's easier to empathize with those situations.
I think that if the communication is good and the education is good and people can kind of understand what their options are, they feel like they have a little more agency and a little more strength in their own kind of life.
For me, it humanizes people who are homeless, but it also humanizes us, because when we walk by somebody who is homeless and ignore or avert our eyes, that dehumanizes us too.
The other part of the project is a series of videos that you just saw kind of a teaser or a sample of it. We paired people with different experiences of homelessness with and without, or sometimes with former experience of homelessness, to interview each other or to have a conversation with each other in each other's backyards. So people hosted each other in their backyards, and this whole 80 minutes of 8 interviews altogether is going to be projected later at 9 p.m. on Tam's building, just there. Really big and loud, so you're all welcome to come and watch it.
Where do you think the media fits in with the plight of homeless people?
I think the media portrays us as all just some horrible people that do drugs, that do bad things, steal, hurt people, and we're not. They don't ever, I haven't watched the news in years, but they don't ever portray the good side of it. There's actually decent people who are homeless. It's not easy to make it out here.
I don't ever want to be like that again. It was so hard.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to be honest.
Yeah.
You know.
They pat themselves in the back without even really realizing what the problem is. Mm-hmm. They don't
just
even really
enough.
look at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do just enough to make me feel good.
Yes.
Even if it's not finances, give your input. You know, rather than complain about seeing people out on the street or complaining about what the neighborhood looks like, come up with a solution. Mm-hmm. You know, don't always complain and not have an answer for it. And I think more input. You know, more people need to address it rather than to look past it or ignore it or pretend that it doesn't really exist, like not in my backyard.
Right.
It needs to be addressed. This is your backyard. And at any time, anybody can go homeless. Anybody can be without a place to stay.
We have just finished our room for rent play. Now, what does the audience have to say? Please, dear audience, give us your thoughts on how you feel. What issues did it raise for you? Really, what's the deal?